Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, August 9th, 2016, and U.S. stock market is closed. Hey, we had a pretty extraordinary day today, and I'm very happy with it. I'll explain this just a little bit. First of all, the Dow, you can see I did call the Dow up. It gained a powerful 4 points. So technically I'm right. The Dow did go up. It went way up at the beginning and then pulled back. Looked kind of bad down here, but it came back at the end. So it's basically closing slightly positive. I will say there's nothing at all that looks weak here. I am going to call the Dow up again for tomorrow. No question that there's all kinds of strength in this market, and there's no sell-off pending here that I can see. I said today was really extraordinary. Now, let's just review the last 4 days so you understand what I'm talking about. Back here on the 4th, we were holding negative $5,000, and I told you I was real worried about that. Even though we had a good day on our exits, I didn't like that negative $5,000. Well, actually, I think we took something like 26,000 out in closeout trades this day, but we were holding negative 5, and I didn't like the looks of that. And then we had this extraordinary up move in the Dow, in the overall market, and in spite of this huge up move, that negative $5,000 went to negative 23,000 that we closed out. So this was just a horrible day for us, except that we got into a bunch of new positions and we were holding positive $11,000 on the close here at the end of the 5th. And then we did pretty good on that. We got out a little bit better. We closed out with $15,000 yesterday, but we ended up holding negative 7,000 on the close yesterday. And what I'm thinking of is, hey, could be like back here. $5,000 went to negative $5,000 goes to negative 23. Now we're negative 7. What if this pattern happens again? But if you watched my video yesterday, I said the markets are really funny, and frequently they'll reverse a previous pattern. And so we could see our equity improve from negative 7,000 rather than get worse. Well, it really improved, and I tell you how much improved. We were negative 7,000 on the close yesterday, 45 minutes before we were to get our, rather, a minute before we were to get out of our positions today. That negative 7,000 had gone to positive almost 19,000. That's pretty unbelievable. I do not see that kind of thing happening very often. Usually negative positions just don't seem to get better, but they got hugely better today. And we actually ended up closing out negative $1,000, but that was because we carried all those good positions into today or through today, and we're still holding them. And I'm going to show you 3 of those in just a second. But most of that $19,000 we carried in and are still carrying it into tomorrow. I hope I haven't confused you by all this. But anyway, this was a great day for us because we could have gotten killed, and we didn't get killed at all. We had a really good day. Let's look at 3 of those positions that we are carrying into a third day. This first one is in VSLR, which is Vivint Solar. And we had bought this yesterday. You can see it closed against us, not by a huge much, but we were still had a slight negative here. Big, huge, humongous gap in this thing this morning. And when I'm talking about being up 19,000, I'm looking at right up here where this thing was. Now, it did trail off just a little. I don't like that close, but we're still holding $4,000 positive in Vivint Solar going into tomorrow. So this looks really good. Up $4,000 in Vivint Solar. Now I'll look at another one here. This is Chemours Chemical, CC. This has been a really good stock for us. Very volatile. We had bought this thing yesterday, with about 2 hours to go, 2 or 3 hours to go yesterday, and it also closed against us. So we're holding a negative, and then look at this thing. It just explodes, and we're probably getting close to $7,000 up there. All right, it did pull back, and again, I don't like that close, but we're holding over $5,000 in open trade in Chemours. So let's hope, maybe it'll get back up here to that $6,000 or $7,000 level before we get out tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. And finally, this was the big surprise. This is Degaz. That's inverse natural gas. And Degaz is famous for its gaps. And we had bought the gap yesterday. It gapped up. We buy the gaps. We got in. And then it basically went against us all day. We're holding a fairly substantial negative on this, on the close yesterday. But as I say, it's famous for its gap. It did a huge gap this morning, and then it kept going. It kept going, and we are holding over $6,000 positive in Degaz going into tomorrow. So let's just hope it doesn't gap the other way. I mean, it can do that. It's a pretty crazy market, but let's hope it'll gap in our favor. Anyway, great day. Trader Bob's happy. This is Trader Bob signing off. See you tomorrow on Wednesday.